Hari Om. 3 times Omkara. Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatyadihetave Tapatre Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Harihi Om. Suswagatam. We all are discussing a nice topic, a very subtle topic, and that topic is meditation. So it is a request to everyone, when I mute you, means when I put you on an unmute mode, please do not put your audio and don't touch it, don't make it unmute, please, because otherwise it is disturbing. Fine. So today we are having a very nice session on this topic of meditation, which is called as question and answer session. Because as we have completed this guided meditation course, and the basis of our guided meditation course was a very beautiful text composed by Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananda ji, and according to that, with our scriptural knowledge, we have seen that how a seeker should meditate. So now few questions people have sent me. So let me start with the first question sent by Premji and Shalini Amma. Question number 1, how do we know if we are meditating in the right way? How do we know if we are meditating in the right way? Okay, so a seeker, one must understand that one should keep a definition of meditation in mind. Definition of meditation in mind. So what is a meditation definition? Effortless awareness of our true nature. That is a direct and a simple definition of meditation. And what it is not, then it is said, it is not something called as upasana or japa or any other action. Is not called as meditation. So how should we understand? Let us first understand the definition of meditation. Effortless awareness of our true nature. Now, what happens, this effortless awareness, if we deliberately try to do it, if we deliberately try to bring this awareness, it comes. But because of our identification, because of our very strong identification with body, mind, and intellect, that awareness which we develop deliberately goes very quickly and turns into as this awareness as I am body, mind, and intellect. That is what happens in the beginning stages. So, if identification is there that I am meditating, so this is called as practice of meditation. And what we have understood and what we have learned, that unless and until a seeker continuously practice meditation. So please note again, there are two important levels. First, one who is doing practice of meditation. A seeker whose goal is supreme truth, supreme reality, that Bhagavan, that Paramatma, that if it is a supreme goal, then there are paths to attain. So this one path of knowledge where a seeker first has to listen to the scriptures, going and surrendering to the Guru. Then the second important aspect is one who has listened to the scriptural knowledge should able to reflect over it. What is this reflection? Reflection is when the scriptures tells us about the quality of viveka which a seeker should have. This is called as sadhana. Sadhana chatushtaya. Sadhana means that is called as means. So this is a first mean in the path of knowledge. What is that? Viveka. Viveka. Now please note that before this viveka, what is the general understanding of every seeker? Because right from the beginning, right from our childhood, we have been told what you are this body and your name is so and so. Please understand this. Continuously, we have been told that this is you, means this body means this you are, and the name of yours is this so and so. Therefore, there is so much of identification that the moment somebody asks you, who are you? You start, I am ta 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 ta. So, example, I am Swami Prakarshananda and posted in New Delhi as CCW. This is how it is. Why? Continuously, when there is a conditioning of this sort, which is called as this body I am, this body I am, this body I am, then the disassociation or disidentification becomes difficult. Yes, it is difficult. Why? Because what is our practice till today? That means majority of life which we have lived. What was our practice? Our practice was this body I am, and my name is so and so. This was the practice. Now, having reached to the feet of Guru, having listened to the scriptural knowledge, please understand that habit, that practice, that strong impression about I am this body does not go so easily. Does not go so easily. Please note it. It takes long time, and therefore, after reflection, after understanding that yes, this is right, what discrimination between two, Nitya and Anitya. So Anitya is this not self, called as body, mind and intellect, and all around us is Anitya, is unreal. What is unreal? It does not have its independent existence. There is only one and one Nitya Vastu, that which is changeless, and that which is called as Brahma, that which is called as Atma, that which is called as Paramatma, that which is called as the Self. These are all synonyms. That is only Nitya Vastu. Now that Nitya Vastu, Parabrahma Paramatma, we can understand by a different name like a supreme truth, a supreme reality, Atma Tattva, Paramatma Tattva, Bhagavan. These are all synonyms. Please note it. Then that is a goal. That is a goal. Today, that is not our experience that I am Brahma. That is not there today. And therefore, practice of meditation is required. This is a stage of a seeker. In that state, these steps which we have done, let me just again recollect. What are the steps? The first is a posture. Itself is tough. Please note it. It is not that easy to gain the mastery over the posture. Posture means आप जैसे बैठते हो उसको completely stable करना. That means your posture should be stable and give a command to your body that let us don't do any movement for next 10-15 minutes. Still, body should be. Then the whole spinal cord, back should be straight. The neck should be straight. This is a first step. And one must gain a mastery over the first step. So let us first very good try. Everyone should give to master the first step, which is called as posture. Okay. So if you have mastered your posture and you are not moving at all and there is no disturbance on this body level for 15 minutes, you have mastered the first step. Hope I am clear about the first step, and then you have understood that yes, this is the first step. Now second step, when you have to give complete attention on your breath. Complete attention on your breath. So focus your attention on your own breath, that the air which is coming inside, the air which is going outside. Okay? Sometimes if it is difficult to count, you just do not count, but your focus should be very perfect. Okay. If you are able to count and keep your attention, then you can do so. But you have to count the number in your mind, not loudly. It is not the right process. It is not the right method. So second step, let us master this step where your mind is now focused completely on your breath. Air is coming, air is going. In this second step, now first step, is already over and which does not bring any disturbance. That means there is no disturbance on body level. So your mind is completely focused on the breath alone. Okay. So having mastered this step, what is called as mastery, where the mind is not moving in any other direction. It is focused and one pointed. Yes. Then you have mastered the second step. This also will take some time. Please note it. This also will take some time. As per your own capacity and as per your own patience quality. Okay. Then third level, one has to understand that mind which is focused now, you have to witness that mind. Witness that mind. So mind is there and you are witnessing. Mind is not an object. Please understand. So don't imagine what should I actually witness. So by witnessing mind means looking at the thoughts inside the mind. For some time after the second step, your mind remains stable. But after some time, it brings all sort of thoughts from the world that is called as our past. Any sort of thing, and also of the future. So past and future thoughts keep coming in our mind. So at this stage, what should you do? Let us not label these thoughts. Let us not label these thoughts. Then what? Just observe. Be the witness. What is the principle behind? When you witness it without any label, that means you are not identifying with the thought of the mind. Please note the principle. You are not identifying with the thought of the mind. The moment I label it good or bad or any other label I give, I identify with that thought. The moment you identify with the thought gains a great energy and takes your complete attention, and then you become the thought. Please note it. You become the thought. And then the next step is action. So therefore, let us be very firm and observe your thoughts. Now, what is called as mastery? When thoughts are coming of any quality, but you are absolutely maintaining your witnesshood. How do you know? You will know when there is no disturbance. You are stable as a witness and looking at something which is having a distance. Like at present, I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera, but I know each and every feature of this camera. I'm aware. So this camera cannot bring any disturbance to me. Why? Because I am different than it. I am different than it. Please, again and again, I have to remind you, do not unmute yourself. Please do not unmute yourself. Okay. Vinama, don't unmute yourself. It's a disturbance for me.
Sorry.
Yes. So when I instruct Please understand. Okay. So, point was that when you are firm in your witnesshood, then that which you are witnessing cannot bring any disturbance to you. Now, example, like if you are in your home and looking from your window towards the road which is in front of your home, now look at, and there are traffic which is moving on the road. You are just looking at it. Now that traffic cannot bring disturbance to you at all, because you are not part of it. You are away from it. Similarly, when you are firm in your witnesshood, the different thoughts cannot disturb you, because you are not identified with them. Please note this principle. This principle is must to understand. When you are not identified with it, then you cannot have a disturbance at all, because the thought will come, remain there, and if you don't identify with it, it gets dissolved. So that requires a great patience to maintain this witnesshood. If you maintain it for a good sufficient time, what happens? Then quality of thought gets completely improved, and number of thought will reduce to minimum. That is the effect. Now, if you have got this effect, that the quality of the thoughts are too good and they are minimum in number, that means you are near the mastery of the third step. Okay. Hope it is clear, because I have told you the principle. Mastery over the third step. How? If this condition is achieved, that the number of thoughts are of minimum number of thoughts are minimum, and quality is best. That means no negative thought at all, and the positive thoughts are also very few in number. Then you are close to the mastery. I'm telling you, close to the mastery. Okay. At this stage, now you have to bring the knowledge of the intellect, that is the scriptural knowledge, and contemplate over it. Manthana, contemplate over it. Churn it. What is that? What is the nature of this body, mind, and intellect? Ask this question. Then the answer comes. The nature of this body and mind and intellect is temporary, unreal, continuously under the change. Okay. So vikari is the nature, called as modification is the nature. Continuously it is getting modified. Okay. What is the nature of the true? What is the nature of the self? Then one must understand. The nature of the self is Sat Chit Anand. And then continuously think about what is Sat, what is Chit, what is Ananda. I'm not going to again explain it because we have already done it. It's there on the YouTube. You can again connect it to it and recap your knowledge. And that's how, when you will have this very firm understanding, conviction, you will grow above the mind, above the intellect, and reach to that stage where you are not having any disturbance on mind level, because it is stopped as absolute, total cessation. Then your intellect is also not doing any action, which is called a subtle action. There, your intellect is absolutely quiet. Now, this is where the body, mind, and intellect is at rest. You will get glimpse. Please note what I'm saying. You will get glimpse of absolute silence. You will get glimpse of absolute silence. If you reach here, where there is absolute silence, and you are aware of it, that fraction of moment, if you reach there, that is the stage of meditation. Where the disturbance from BMI is zero. Right. So please understand, this is how you can rightly reach to the state of meditation. The second question, how to deepen our practice? How to deepen our practice? Very important aspect one must know. Meditation practice will gain a firm substratum from base when you practice it regularly, first. And second, you gain a quality of dispassion in your life. How? When a seeker gains a quality dispassion called as firmness in the scriptural knowledge, and therefore there is a complete detachment with this not self. And then it is possible to have that deep meditation. Third question, relation between mindfulness and meditation. On one level, mindfulness and meditation is same. But from the scriptural standpoint, please understand, this meditation, as we have already seen, the definition is effortless awareness of our true nature. That's the meditation. Whereas mindfulness is where you are witness and something is happening which is not disturbing to you at all. So you are aware of the action in front, but you are completely stable and aware of it. So this is the second level, which is little different than the mindfulness and the meditation. This brings a little difference of mindfulness and the meditation. Can meditation continue when engaged in daily activities? This is a question. Can meditation continue when engaged in daily activities? Yes, it is possible. Plus, understand for whom? One who has absolutely disidentified with this body, mind, and intellect. For that person, it is 24/7 meditation. Who is that person? Jivan Mukta. Who is that person? Jivan Mukta. What it is? A realized person. Yes, for that person, it is possible. Okay, so this is what I have completed the questions of Shalini Amma and Premji. Now I take up the second question, which is sent by Jasdeep Amma. Question is, in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan advises to meditate on his Saguna Sakara Rupa and says that it's better than meditating on Nirguna Nirakara. How to reconcile meditation on Bhagavan's Saguna Rupa vis-a-vis meditation on oneself as Satchit Ananda? Can these two types of meditation be done simultaneously by a seeker? Of these two, what's preferable for a seeker still in the initial stages of journey? Good question. For all the seekers, one must understand that yes, it is tough to meditate on avyakta, that which is unmanifest. It is difficult. Why? Because our mind is so much attached to different things around, and therefore to focus on that Nirguna Nirakara, it is difficult or it is tough for such mind which is having lots of attachment. So in 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavans clarify it as this. He says, Klesho dikatarastesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadbhir avapyate. What is said? A person who is too much identified with body, mind, and intellect, for such person, meditating on Nirguna Nirakara Swarupa may be very tough, or it is of disturbing in nature, or it is of sort of sorrowful in nature. Why? Because the mind's agitation and body's discomfort will really make this person leave the path or feel so much of disturbance while doing it. Therefore, it is advised for a seeker, what is required to focus on Saguna Sakara in the beginning. Okay. Now, please understand, there are two paths. One is called as Bhakti Marga, path of devotion, and another is called as path of knowledge. Please note that there is nothing called as inferior and there is nothing called as superior. So let us not put this label, this path is good or that path is good. Okay, both paths are equally good for a seeker. Now understand what is the quality of my mind. If my mind quality is very detached one, very detached one. If my quality of mind is very focused and my intellect is very sharp, it has all the knowledge and it recollects very quickly without any sort of ambiguity, then for such person, meditating on Nirguna Nirakar is fine. But if these qualities are not there, or they are of sort of madhyama, called as mediocre level, or mand, or a dull level, then it is better to take a support of a form, whatever you identify with it. So slowly, by identifying completely with that form, one also can reach to that level of meditation. It takes time. Please understand, it takes time. We can see different examples in our own Indian history. What is that? Now just see Mirabai ji, Sant Mirabai ji, who took one form and reached to that stage of meditation. Wow. Then Tulsidas ji Maharaj, he has taken another form. Here, Sant Mirabai ji took this form of Bhagavan Krishna, Mere to Girdhar Gopala. And Tulsidas ji Maharaj took Sri Ram ji as his ideal form. Both they reach to that state of meditation. Now there are other great Sant Mahatmas like Taponji Maharaj, like Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji Maharaj, and n number of such people, those who have taken this path of meditating on Nirguna Nirakar, they also reach the same level, stage of meditation. So it is possible with our right level, with right our steps to reach to that stage of meditation. But as mentioned in the 12th chapter, one may start with form in the beginning with all right knowledge of scripture in your intellect, and slowly you will grow in your experience of state of meditation. Third question, this is the last question of today, by Aparna Amma. Hariom Swamiji, I am working in corporate sector. My question is how to incorporate the meditation in daily corporate life, where the whole system runs many times on the path of adharma, like the battlefield. Okay, so one must understand, if I am involved in lot of unrighteous action, or I'm surrounded by lot of unrighteous action, and I sometimes become the part of it, then what happens? That brings impurity to our mind. That brings impurity to our mind. And that impurity is a hurdle in the path of meditation. So, for such person, he or she should understand, which I have explained in the beginning, why meditation, what is meditation, and how is meditation. In this why, I have explained that first there are two different paths. One is a path of pleasure, one is a path of good. That is called as Shreyas and Prayas. Now, Prayas is this path, what you are talking about. One who is working and one who is interested in name, fame, money, and power. This is the intention behind the action. Name, fame, money, power, something or other becomes the intention behind your action. Then for such person, understand quietening the mind is a meditation which we have to understand. Quietening the mind. And therefore, just first, second, and third level is very important for such person to maintain the balance of the mind, to regulate her or his action in this corporate world or any other field of your action. So I am very clear about it that yes, it is possible, but understand this path is a path of pleasure where we work for the sake of money or name, fame, power, whatever, some or other, if our intention, then what is the meditation one focused on? Quietening the mind. Quietening the mind. That is the level which you should able to keep it in mind and focus on that alone. One who is a seeker of the truth, that which is Shreyas Marga, where there is a nivritti, where a person's whole life is not connected to name, fame, power, or money at all. For such person, this meditation of a supreme nature is possible. So I am very clear about it and made it also very simple. Hope I have done a good justice to few questions, because question brings clarity to our mind. There are a few questions which I'll take it tomorrow and complete this question answer session. So for 5 minutes, let us now take up our practice of meditation. Quickly, sit in a posture where you are comfortable. No disturbance on the body level. Shift to the second stage. Focus on your breath. Just for a half a minute. To bring one-pointedness to the mind. Let us shift to the third stage of witness, where you are now looking at your own mind. Mind has different thoughts. Let us not label it at all. Let us not identify with any of the thought. Just be a witness. Sakshi. It is called a Sakshi Bhav. Recollect the scriptural knowledge. Effortless awareness of our true nature. Is meditation. What is my true nature? Satchit Anand. That's the nature of the Atma Tattva. That Aham Asmi. That I am. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Ooh. 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 Bring your hands in Namaskar position. Have gratitude to that Almighty Lord. Have a gratitude to one and all in our life. Pray for everyone from the deep core of your mind. You may rub your hands together. Bring a nice warmth. Put it on your both eyes. Give a good massage. Bring back to the Namaskar position. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Narayana. Just for your information, tomorrow also we'll have a question answer session. Then next week, we have a very big program coming up, very auspicious days coming up. That is Mahashivratri Mahotsav, which is on 1st of March. For that, we are going to have Samashti Puja in the evening, Chinmay Mission Ashram, Lodi Road, New Delhi. 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening. All can come and participate in this puja. You all will get a nice puja thali, and we all can do a nice puja on that auspicious day of Mahashivratri. Next day becomes a little difficult because this is happening on the 1st of March, where we do a good sadhana whole day and late night. So the next day morning class, that is 3rd, that is 2nd, which is coming on Wednesday, will not have. Thursday, we'll have a class. And that day we are starting Amrit Bindu Upanishad. It's a very beautiful text which again will connect us to the right state of meditation through different right explanation of scripture, that is called as Upanishad. So this is what is our program schedule for the next week. See you tomorrow morning. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.